Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'll be reviewing the Lexus ES Hybrid. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Lexus here in Linden, Utah for giving me some time with this ES. I'll include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 2.5-liter four-cylinder that is paired to an eCVT and a hybrid system. Total system output is 215 horsepower. Fuel economy is 44 around town and then 43 on the highway. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you're going to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the front end here on the ES. Love the hood design, I think that's pretty sharp. And then of course the headlights, normal Lexus fashion. Turn signals are pretty cool looking too. And then I like all of that silver trim there around the grille, and then you've got the metallic gray as well. And overall, looks like a luxury car. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235 by 45 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you've got that cool silver coloration. It's kind of almost like a chrome finish, but darker. It's cool. And then you can see with the silver trim around the windows as well. And this is where you can see the ES. It's a pretty big car. Now taking a look at the key fob, pretty normal setup here. We've got our lock and unlock. You can't really see that. The opening for the trunk too. You got the Lexus logo on the back. And then popping into the rear, there's quite a bit of storage space here in the back with the ES. Again, larger size car, and I like how the opening's wide, so that helps out with getting in bigger items. And look how fancy this car is. The trunk lowers itself. Really cool taillight design that kind of mimics the Lexus logo. You can see ES300H there. You got more of that chrome trim. And that's the rest of the rear. Now take a look at the door panel on the back. You can see soft touch here. It's actually soft touch at the top too. And that swoops down to this section right here. And I like this kind of two-tone design. See the rest of the seat. It looks sharp. And then popping in, legroom's a little bit, well, no, that's where the seat would actually be. So legroom's better than I thought. This is pushed back because the memory function. Forgot about that. Anyways, got vents here, USB ports, all of that. The stitching design, actually like that. Anyways, headroom, it's good. Now take a look at the front door panel. You can see again with all of this trim. And let's quote the stitching goes across. There's a lot happening here. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. We also have memory seat function. You can see all the window controls here. Mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. And then speaker for the Mark Levinson sound system. And then here are the front seats. Now you can see there's also soft touch here on the dash. And then we've got this for the 360 camera system. And then down below all the gas cap release and everything. And then normal pedals. Now take a look at the steering wheel. This is actually a really cool design in my opinion. You've got these like wood inserts here, and then you've got the leather trim around. I just think it looks really neat. Paddle shifters there on the back. A bunch of practical controls on the front, including our volume and voice command controls. We've got our adaptive cruise control with our lane centering. And then you can see we've got traditional stalks here on the back. Now Lexus does a really cool thing with the gauge cluster here. So notice that we can scroll through to see different bits of information on systems within the vehicle. But then the other fun part is we can actually pop it in and out. Well, I guess we don't have enough charge in the battery. We can also pop it in and out of the EV mode, and then it changes with the drive modes too. So it just has some fun things with it. Now this also comes with a 360 camera system. Trajectory lines turn when you turn the steering wheel in reverse, and good resolution overall. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, Lexus' newer unit, so quick response time, easy with the shortcut bar there on the side, and I like how they still integrate a clock. Now this has the stalks at the top of the dash. That one's for stability control, by the way. That one is for the drive mode select. Soft touch all across the dash here with the stitching and all of that. And then to the glove box, good storage. And there's even soft touch on the outside, the bottom section. Now this has a really cool feature with the heated and cooled seats and the heated steering wheel. It's auto function, so you just set it to auto and it'll do everything for you. which is always a nice thing to have. And then you can see the shifter. We're going to move that just so I can show you guys this little kind of storage area and everything that's in front of the shifter with the USBs. Wireless phone charging pad behind it. And then this has the Trick Center console, which opens up either way. It's one of the coolest engineering things that Lexus does. Nice trim on the top here, rear view mirror, and then we do have a sunroof up top as well. Now here's our window sticker for this ES300H. You guys can see all of the standard equipment here. There's your base MSRP, and then here's your total, $56,714. And see how it drives. Talk about visibility before you set off. Over the hood, heads-up display, by the way. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And throughout the rest of the rear. And ES300H. One of the coolest luxury cars on the market. And I'll explain it as we are doing our little drive here. I like this. I like wood inserts in general. It's a thing that I've just grown to love over time. I remember when I was just a few years ago, a little bit younger, I was like, yeah, carbon fiber is so cool, and this, you know, like the gloss black trim is so cool. And now I'm just like wood trim. I don't care about carbon fiber. I don't care about the gloss black trim. I like the wood trim because the wood trim holds up better over time and it just looks better. It's classier. So that's my 2 cents on that. Ride quality is really good. Very smooth. And you know, noise insulation also solid. Yeah, steering is great. It's direct. It's a comfortable ride, and again, on the low end, there's pretty decent power, it seems. These seats are comfortable. Bolstering's nice, it holds you in place, but it's not constrictive. The thing I love about hybrids is just how much less noise there is from the engine. Again, luxury car, you're not trying to have a rambunctious experience, right? Smooth, quiet, that's what you want with luxury, and hybrids provide that. And then I think also, I've said this in the past, but you know, not having to fill up as often, I think that's a luxury. Yeah, and Toyota's eCVT does a good job. I mean, it's just boom, right there into the torque band. It's smooth. Just a nice setup. Just a nice setup. So, to sum things up with the ES300H, and this is the luxury package. It's in the name. It's a great luxury car. You know, when I think of luxury, you know, I do think of some of the fun cars, but for the most part, when I think of luxury, I think quiet, smooth, and then I do think of efficiency nowadays. And the reason I think that efficiency has been added is if I'm gonna just be chilling in a car, right, just sitting back and relaxing, I don't care to have a billion horsepower. I don't care to have, you know, an engine that's gonna go through gas faster than a sports car. What I care about is the smoothness, and a hybrid really does provide that. So I do think that how Lexus does these hybrids or these luxury cars rather, mix the words up, how Lexus does these luxury cars where they focus on efficiency, they focus on smoothness, I think it just makes more sense. So let me know your thoughts on this, and I think that
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding you.
I'm having trouble understanding me as well. I had to do it. I had the opportunity. But yeah, I think it's great. And if I were to get a luxury car, it would be something like this, where it's, you know, hybrid and just focuses on the comfort side of things. So if that's what you're looking for, the ES it's great. It's a really good car. And you know, some people will just call this like a fancy dressed up Camry. It's a bit more than that, but also it's not like it's tremendously more expensive than a Camry. I mean, you look at the pricing of a loaded up Camry now, and it's well over $40,000. And so, you know, this, again, this is a super loaded up ES. You can get an ES for sub 50 grand. So it's like you're just a little bit more expensive than a Camry, and you're getting the Lexus style, the interior, the luxury that comes with the Lexus brand, the better sound system. Mark Levinson has really good sound system. So that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think about the ES300H.